Hey everybody, welcome back. We are on day 2 and today we are going to talk about work instructions. So I'm sure many of you have had some level of interaction with a document like a work instruction. Really, it lists out all the steps to complete a certain task. I use work instructions for cleaning up, and I share these with the kids. I started out writing these things down because I wanted to be consistent, but after a while I was like, I really need to share this stuff with the kids because it really sets the expectations for them. And it's a training tool. It's a training tool to teach your kids or the other members of your household not only what you expect of them, but how they are to do it. So the example that I'm sharing with you is our after meal cleanup. This was always a bone of contention in our house because the kids would get done eating and I've always done everything for them. And that's part of what spurred this as well, is I really needed to back off and let them do activities and chores within the house, because otherwise they would never learn how to do them. And where would they be when they became an adult? Oh my goodness. So that all kind of freaked me out a little bit, to be perfectly honest. So I documented this after meal cleanup that I shared with you, and we rotate through so each child does a portion each day. When I was doing everything, everybody would eat, they would all run off to the living room or they would go play, and then my kids would be like, Mommy, come play, come play. And I'm like, I can't come play because we have to do the dishes and we have to wash the counters, and it's kind of disgusting not to, right? My oldest did challenge me on that. She's like, well, why do I have to wash off the stove? What difference does it make? It's just going to get dirty again. And sometimes I feel like that's a fair question to ask, but nonetheless, the process of utilizing these work instructions to teach your family, you may have heard of this before, and I really have no idea where I read it or who told me or who I talked with about it, but it's I do, we do, you do. So basically you have this work instruction and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this while you watch, and then we're going to do this together and follow these steps. And now it's your responsibility. It gives them a transition period to making it happen. So depending upon the space that you have selected, even if there aren't other people using this space, it is okay to write a work instruction for yourself, because when you have 10 million things swimming around in your head, but you have to get this one thing done, you now have a document that you can pull up and go, okay, well, I'm just going to go and do these things in this order and I'm not going to think about it. It just saves you the time from having to think about it, if that makes sense. So I used to feel like writing work instructions was demeaning to the people in my family, like they didn't know how to do something, but the kids really didn't know how to do it. And if Jay is doing something out of the ordinary, my husband, I should say, if he is taking on a task that he normally wouldn't do, he can use the work instruction. It's completely up to him. So your assignment for today is to hop into the Facebook group. After you have written out the steps it takes to clean and maintain an area regularly, share that within the Facebook group. Tomorrow, it's the third day, it's the last day. It is the biggest secret. I shouldn't say secret. It's the biggest game changer in sustaining the things that we're putting in place right now. So I look forward to chatting with you tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing your assignments. Don't forget to hop on at noon. I'll be answering all the questions that you have then. Thanks, guys.